Hello, everyone, and welcome to another blog series of Punta Cana Wellness, where we try to share wellness with all of you, you wellness seekers, wellness travelers around the world. We are creating conversations, genuine conversations, and creating genuine connections with wellness providers, especially in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, and around the world, because we consider wellness as a complete part of our ecosystem, our daily living, as it should be. This week, I have the pleasure and the honor to join a conversation with Nadir Fadul. Nadir is the chef, entrepreneur, business owner of Mozza Mozzarella, a food and wine bar located in Santo Domingo, Punta Cana. I believe it's 3 locations, right, Nadir?
Yes, and
Yeah.
two in Santo Domingo and then one in Punta Cana.
Two in Santo Domingo and one in Punta Cana. So Nadir, it's been working all these years and all this time in creating a different style of healthy eating and sensoring with flavors, mixing with Caribbean flavors. So let's dive in. Welcome, Nadir, to our serious vlogs. Thank you so much for being here with us. Let's just start by telling us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? What are you? What makes you special? What is that about Mozza Mozzarella that we all should be looking into it?
Oh, hi everybody. Thanks for inviting me over, and it's great to be here and talking to everybody about wellness and healthy food, and of course my restaurants. Well, I started not in the range of the cooking area. I started as a business. I studied business management. I did a master's in finance, so I got all my role related to a business sense. And the cooking became a slowly as a passion for me. I liked it from the beginning, so I started to train myself just to master a little bit of the techniques. So I started living in Florida. I was living in Miami by the time I did my university and my master's, and I had a lot of free time. So in my other time, what I did was started in a cooking school. Started in Le Cordon Bleu, which is a French school in Florida. So I did a few years, just three months, then stopped, then did other courses, but basically train myself in the French techniques. And as a startup, basically the French cooking is about fresh herbs, the mother sauces, and everything goes from using the vegetable, the products in a raw state, and then converting it in a natural state to to a food plate. So I started with that, and that as a base, I started to love all the ingredients. All started to get to know what what it does to the body, what are the good things, what enhances all the flavors on a plate, and I started to play with that. And I started my first restaurant in the year 2000, but took it from the knowledge that I knew from there. Then I started to know about other cooking techniques of other countries, like Italian, Mediterranean, and since I have a background of Lebanese families, so I grew love for all the Arab foods and all the ethnic food that
Mm,
goes with it. So I kind of made a mix of everything and made my own style. But
wow,
everything
that's
is keeping it all together with the healthy, with the fresh ingredients, and then that's all about it.
It sounds so yummy. I mean, I look at the pictures that you send me, which everybody, you're gonna be able to see that in our blog. I mean, the pictures of the dishes, they look amazing. I mean, it's like my mouth is watering just to think about it. So I love to eat. I do. I have to keep looking at my weight and looking at how I eat. So for me, it's really important to do this kind of a style of healthy eating. So from the standpoint of cooking, is it hard to cook healthy?
It's not really hard to cook healthy, but you got to be knowledgeable of the ingredients that you use, and in what way you can cook them so that you can get the most use of it. But basically, is simple cooking techniques that you use. You don't have to be a professional chef, you don't have to be a master, but just simple techniques and getting to know your ingredients. And it helps you getting to know what it does. For example, the ginger, which helps to anti-inflammatory. It helps your heart disease. So it does a lot of a combination of enhancings that you can combine it, and at the end, it's um, it's a flow process through your body that goes from feeling light to feeling that you're eating something that is good for your body, and you can feel it. You can feel it. You don't feel heavy on your stomach. You can once you use all the ingredients and you basically cook them in a pretty simple way, you can get the most of them.
That sounds promising. And I like to cook from time to time, and that you're giving me hope, so I can actually get myself into this thing.
The truth is, grilling or baking is the most simple ways to
Oh,
do
yeah,
with.
says a chef that has been working since 2000, and we're in 2019. So, um,
Yes.
when like I said, I love to eat, and when I travel, I travel a lot for work, and when I travel, I tend to try to taste the food of every country. I always try to ask, what is the traditional plate? How is your cooking flavors? I want to taste. I don't want to have a cheese and ham sandwich, so I want to really taste what is it about that country that makes your food special. um,
Right.
what would you consider to be, what would be your advice for someone that is traveling but is involved in their wellness journey, and but at the same time, we want to keep the fun going. So, how is that your food offer distinguished within that range?
Okay. Well, our food is has three basic elements. It's fresh, it's made to share, and it's healthy. Because of the use
Mm,
of the healthy ingredients that we use on it, because of the cooking techniques that we do, and how we prepare the ingredients to the final plate. Like for example, if I'm seasoning a meat, to an example, I would use depending on the kind of meat with sour orange, or I would use turmeric, which are ingredients that impact your body and gives a lot of balance. It helps you to make other functions inside of organs that at the end you're gonna be ending up with a tasty food plate, and then you'll feel very balanced in afterwards, and then you probably don't have the occasional problems that you have when you're eating a lot, or you eat a big piece of steak that you feel heavy. You have to wait
oh
a
yeah.
while. You gotta run down the corner and
Yeah, and get back, go
like
to
to
the
get down.
stairs of the hotel. Yeah, I know. Done that.
So
Been there. Yeah.
yeah. So basically, in our spaces, we play with the color. Uh, our plates need to be very colorful. We also play with the position on the plating, so it's very essential. So you can grasp the idea of something that is fresh, that is
Mm.
very natural. You don't want to. We don't place it very elaborated because we don't want it to be like that. So there are simple techniques. There is simple ingredients, but very good quality ingredients. So that's the base of it.
You mentioned a very important thing: the simple ingredients, quality ingredients. It's the mix of flavors. You're putting something out there that is very Dominican. I mean, everybody, if you don't know, I'm also from Dominican Republic, so it's very Dominican. It's a sour orange, so it gives a taste, a mix of flavors. So when it comes to your offer, for a wellness traveler, for someone that is traveling, doing for their wellness, or for just for fun, or for work, because a lot of people travel for work, business work, business travel, and during those travels, there's a level of stress. There is a level of like, oh, I don't want to get sick because of everything that I ate or what I ate, etc. Those mixtures of flavors, can you give us more details on what else do you mix in between? What is the most popular mix of flavors that you consider in your menu offering that people really crave and feel so good about it?
Right. Yes, of course. Well, we start with a mix using local ingredients and also using local products that are authentic from the Caribbean, from Dominican Republic, and we also mix it as a seasonings, or we also accompany as a plate. Basically, our main dishes are composed by cheese and by
Mm.
different kind of vegetables that we grill or we bake it in different ways with with all the natural seasonings that we use. Also with the meats, there is Dominicans love food and love meat.
Yeah.
We need to have it on the menu. So we have come up with a combination of also using local products, but also combining with international cuisines. Like, for example, I would tell you about a plate that is called the bomb. If you translate it to English, it's called the bomb. So
Mm.
basically, it's like a sweet plantain ball, like filled with prosciutto ham, and we use panko. We fry the ball, yeah, in vegetable oil. But then we accompany it with Angus sirloin, and we do a ratatouille, like the French version of a ratatouille, mixed with the meat.
Mm.
All the combination really gets up for a nice, colorful, tasty plate. But all the time using all natural ingredients. We don't use products that have any conservants, that have any chemical additives. So we basically make everything from scratch. If I'm making a pesto, we make our own pesto. If we're making a
Oh
hummus,
my
which is a
goodness.
traditional Lebanese dip, we make our own tahini. We make everything. So we're making it from scratch, and we're taking care of that natural product keeps it flow in our
Wow.
kitchen, and it ends up in the plate as something really tasty. When one make things at the moment that you're not, freezing things, you're not using something that is already has a process. When you're using it in a natural way, then you can feel the taste that it tastes fresh, it's different.
I can just imagine. You're why? I mean, you have Mozza Mozzarella. I'm assuming
Mhm.
that since you do your own pasta and your own condiments and tahinis and sauces, then it means that you do your own cheese.
We have a private label, so I have my own recipe for the cheese,
No, my
and so we have a combination with the factory that makes it, and we use our own recipes. They use our own recipes, and we have 8 different kinds of mozzarellas that we make, including a flat one, so we can fill with different kind of products, and we make all the combination. Basically, we use fresh cow milk. It's
God.
not pasteurized, so it's a process that we demand to the factory. Most of the factories use the pasteurized milk because the product lasts longer. But
Hmm.
in our case, since we're willing to do something that is more for the public, and we have a bigger rotation for our products, then we make it like that. And in that sense, we try to approach all the ingredients directly from the farm. So we're using the farm to table approach, which is very known and popular in the United States and in other places. So making all that assumptions and using all those producers to come directly to us, we cut a little bit all the process in between.
Hi, that sounds fantastic. You're talking to a cheese lover. I am. I am a
Me
little.
too.
I'm a mouse when it comes to cheese. I mean, me. Just thinking about it is like, holy cow! I need you to put this private label available everywhere, so we can actually have not only when we travel to Punta Cana or Dominican Republic, we can actually have access to this. It sounds delicious. Sounds fantastic. It's a different type of approach and perspective. And I'm sure that all the wellness travelers and seekers are really enjoying this conversation. Um, when it comes to, for example, that we call that food is for the soul. I mean, when we eat, when person is really eating, we are not just filling our stomach. We are actually enjoying all our senses. What is that for you? What is that food that not even when you prepare it, but when you enjoy it, becomes part of you as, oh my God, this feels so good. It's enriching me. It's not dragging me down. On the contrary, it's giving me that energy.
Right. Well, for me, definitely it has to be a combination of a few factors, and definitely the taste of it has to be really tasty. For me, it has to feel very fresh. Uh, that's something that you can taste, you can feel it. It has to be for me very natural, very simple. I don't like in complex combinations because at the end that involves different processes. So for me, it has to be the most simple as possible. And then it's difficult, or it's the most difficult to get the beauty of out of the most simple things. So that's a very difficult task. And for me, it has to be a combination of that. It has to feel tasty, it has to be fresh, and it has to feel good in my body. That the feeling afterwards, after I eat in my palate, it has to be mouthful, and afterwards it has to be something that I can feel. It felt in my stomach as something really light, and that's when you overcome and have like umami that everybody talks like you have the perfect feeling of everything, and that's what it is for me. I prefer also a lot of use of the cheese. I basically eat a lot of combination of cheese with vegetables, and that's all about my healthy eating goes for, and it works well. It works perfect. For me, it has all the proteins, all the vitamins, all the bacteria, benign bacteria that we need, and it gives me all the energy that I need to go through the day.
So if I go to Mozza Mozzarella tomorrow and I ask for you and I said, okay, Nadir, I want you to recommend me food, what will be your first recommendation? You
Hmm.
know, when I travel and I go to restaurants that I don't know very little about it, I always ask the waiter or the manager, what would you recommend? Because they normally know what they like. And actually, my
Right.
boyfriend, he tends to ask, what would you eat? So it's a matter of knowing. So in
Yeah.
this case, like Nadir, I'm in your restaurant, I'm sitting right here and I'm asking you, okay, Nadir, what would you eat? What would you recommend?
Well, for me as a cheese lover, I would choose one of my mozzarella platters. It's called Mozza platter, actually, and it's a combination of six different types of mozzarella. It has the burrata, it has the milk heart, it has the bocconcinis, which are the small rounded ones. It has the flat mozzarella filled. Then it's combined with bruschetta, which is tomato with olive oil and basil. And it has all the grilled veggies. It has some cold cuts like prosciutto, parma ham. So for me, that is a perfect combination. For
I
people
mean,
that like meat,
you don't have to say more. I'm already, my mouth is watering. I'm like, okay, now I took the note. I'm planning on going to the Punta Cana soon. So I have the note and I'm going to give a quick review about it when I get it into my plate in front of me. Nadir,
good, good.
thank you so much for being with us today. It's a pleasure. I'm sure that all the wellness seekers and travelers enjoy this conversation. I hope they did as much as I did. Punta Cana Wellness is all about sharing wellness, sharing what we can offer to all the wellness travelers and seekers. It's the experience, not only the place. We're trying to share the experience. So we thank you for being with us today.
Thank
And
you so
the
much.
blog is going to be available soon to everybody to enjoy. Thank you so much. Have a great, great day.
You too. Bye bye, everybody. Take care.